If you love libraries and books, you're going to love this. I want to introduce Joanne Jacks and Rose Buckins. Thank you so much for being here. And we're going to talk all about the Little Free Libraries. So, the two of you girls get together, and who brings who into the game to say, we're going to put little free libraries all over the state of Connecticut? Whose fault is this?
I'll start first. I am not first. But this is the queen of the Little Free Libraries in the Litchfield Hills Grassroots Project. I'm the partner and publicist.
And what happened? What did you start doing?
Well, it all began when Rose decided to put a Little Free Library in front of her house in Morris.
How big was it?
It was a cabinet, actually, that held 100 books. Little cabinet that I bought at a tag sale, put it in my front yard, and was just delighted with morning, noon, and night, 8 to 80, people coming in. It was so much fun.
They would be driving past in the car and see this cabinet.
And the sign that said, Little Free Library, take a book, leave a book. And I was
so they would check it out, and they'd drive past, and they would put a book back or a different book?
Yes.
Just like they do in airports sometimes.
That's right.
So there are thousands of these all over the globe?
50,000 globally. But what happened with my little library, it became the case of the missing library. My library was actually stolen. And what happened was, it went on the front page of two newspapers, the Litchfield County Times and Register Citizen. And then we'd have the lemonade story, because people started bringing books, materials, the excitement of me being placed at our farmers market every single week. And then we decided, well, let's build them, let's make more, let's let everybody know what a Little Free Library really is.
So the two of you are hammering and cutting and building these?
Well, not us personally.
With the community.
With the community.
We have professional carpenters for that. We have professional roofers who actually put a roof on as a separate entity.
Let's take a look at some of the Little Free Libraries that are all over the state. And they are little. So here's one. Where's this one? This is with pandas.
Pandas,
Yes.
my sister designed that.
Okay, and these are just put in front of your house.
Well, this particular one is actually in a Waterbury school, the Buck Hill Preschool in Waterbury, Connecticut.
I love it.
So that's where that one is.
Let's go to the next one. And this is you two girls. What?
This is us. That's in front of my church, St. Michael's in Litchfield.
And there's a Little Free Library.
There's a Little
there.
Free Library in front of my church. And that was not an easy thing to do because we're in the historic district of Litchfield, so I had to jump through a lot of hoops for that and get a lot of approvals.
But you got it done.
I got it done.
I love that.
We were determined.
And where's this one?
This one is at the Bella Luna gift shop, which actually isn't even open yet. So we're advertising in Morris that this April we will be having a new gift shop. So Katie Johnson there, on her way off to college, painted that box with all about Morris. Basically, the book is I Love Morris. There's Amanda Bake's Airstream there, which serves baked goods at our farmers market.
So it's a way to also talk about
it's
your
the
community.
community. It
Absolutely.
definitely
And we have one
is.
more shot.
And that's my dollhouse.
Now explain the dollhouse.
The dollhouse is a pop-up Little Free Library. I bring the dollhouse to our farmers market weekly, as I mentioned. It's been to Rachel's consignment shop in Litchfield.
I love this, all these small businesses.
They're really, yes, excited to have us, and then we're in the community. We're actually at Rachel's. Dawn Stone from New Preston approached us and said, let's build them in New Preston and beyond. So really that's what's happening. We built 16 of the boxes last July at Harvey Hubbell's farm in Litchfield, Connecticut.
Sure, we know him.
And what happened from there was, now in this calendar year we have 16 more that are promised, and more partnerships coming. We have the Woodbury Library program along with Parks and Rec and the senior citizens. They have a wonderful opt-outside program called WOW, what's on in Woodbury. And so this spring we will be building 10 little free libraries for Woodbury to put them on all their trails.
So, Joanne, do people think you're crazy?
Yes.
Okay, so when you
Yes, they
first
do.
start talking about these little free libraries, and as we're talking, I want to show the one that's right in front of us, which is adorable. It has just a little, there it is, a little door. Do you lock these? No, right?
No?
No, it's easy. It's supposed to be easy access. It's just to keep it shut, to keep the door shut for the weather.
Right, and
to keep the books safe.
actually going to shut this so that you can see how
There you
cute
go.
that is. It's adorable.
My sister painted that one also.
I love this. Now, are you librarians? Is that what got this going? What started
A
this?
common love of books, I would say, and reading.
Yes, and actually when you do have a little free library and then you do go to littlefreelibrary.org and get them registered, you become a library steward. And that's basically what I am. Besides building them, I go around to all the boxes in Morris. There are 5 of them to make sure they're in good condition and if they need books or not. And this particular box has been painted with the books because it is going to be auctioned off at our Morris Library auction called Art Around the Box. And hopefully it'll start a bid at $500 and that money will go to the Morris Public Library.
You've started a movement, Joanne, in the state of Connecticut because it's box after cabinet after dollhouse. Are you starting to see where people get this and they get excited about it and want to have one of these in their front yard or at their church or at
Well,
their
we
library?
kind of think of it as books and beyond because at Harvey Hubbell's original, and that was the first building workshop that we held at his farm,
He's a documentarian.
yeah, but he's also a green farmer.
Yep.
And he decided he wanted to put seeds in his little free library in front of his farm. So then that kind of began, the ideas rolling. That's how we ended up with a Legos box in front of the Morris Library with Legos. It's give a bag of Legos, take a bag of Legos. And
Are companies taking a look at this and going, I want to give you guys some money because this is good for the state, good for the community, good for kids?
it's
Has
a
anybody
wonderful
stepped
way
up
to
yet?
build not only literacy, but community. Absolutely.
Now this all started with the Little Free Library book, and it started with the Carnegie Libraries. Give me an idea, when we look at this book and we go through here, we've got little free libraries all over the place. Is this what sparked it in some regards?
Well, the idea really started with Todd Bull in Wisconsin. His also dyslexic, by the way, and his mom was a teacher. And when his mom passed away, he decided to put a little box in the shape of a school in front of his home and put the books in there. And same experience, anytime anyone starts to see everybody using the box, you just get hooked. It's just, from there, 50,000 later and counting. And yes, besides what happened to us when we saw, oh, let's put seeds in them or let's put Legos, at the American Legions, they're also going to be for books and personal care items to be dropped off so they could get mailed to veterans.
This is fabulous. Now,
Yes.
this is a metal on top, so,
Right.
so it's weatherproof?
It's weatherproof. And by the way, Troop 28, the Boy Scout troop in our town, with Ed Lillis, they're the ones that fashioned all these metal roofs at the building workshop.
So they all have these on top of them?
Yes, and that was for the Boy Scouts.
Tell me, we talked about you've got these little carpenters working in the shops. How can, when somebody looks at this interview, how can somebody help you guys out to spread the word about little free libraries? What do you need right now? You need more carpenters?
Definitely more carpenters. I'm kind of the publicist for it because I do that and I write for the newspaper. But it's also something that's kind of self-building. When people see it, they ask questions.
It got my attention.
Yeah, good. Yes. And that's how we ended up here. When we had the grand opening, and that's what we do for each one when we plant it. First we personalize it, paint it, and plant it. And when we did it in front of my church, which is just off the green, and Litchfield Green is the second most visited town in Connecticut.
Yeah.
So we get a lot of people from all over the globe, and they sign our book inside the church. So I had a visitor from Chile and I think Russia, Germany.
Germany.
I can't even keep track. And they were asking what it is. We explained to them what the concept is. And one woman from Chile says, I would like to take a book, but I'm not coming back here. And I said, well, I guarantee if you look around in Chile, you will find there's a little free library, maybe some downtown city in your home place, you know. And then a friend said, yes, I've seen a little box like that in whatever city she had seen it in Chile. So it's not only building a community that's a local community, it's a global phenomenon. So it's resonates, I think, with so many people, and kids love this.
Oh, absolutely.
The biggest part of it that was fun for me when we were at the Morris Marketplace is seeing a young mother come with children, and it's at a height for children. They can open the door, and what's more fun for a kid than opening a door and finding a book? And
it's
there's children's
free.
books in there.
And it's free. What's the response been to this of people who are actually using this? Are they taking good care of them? Are they bringing books back? What are you finding?
I think that except for the fact that that one time when
than
it
the
did
one that
get
was stolen, yes.
that from there really, because we've been out there in spreading the idea of what a little free library is, we basically have hundreds of books that come to us and materials to build. But what we did do is we had a tag sale, and we're going to have another tag sale in February at the church, because obviously we do need funds. It did cost $25 a piece when we ordered the registrations, and you know, whether it's knobs, nails, pulls, different items, cement to plant them. So we do need some funds, and we will be having a tag sale in February, on February 18th.
I love how grassroots this is.
That's what's happening.
I
Yeah.
love this, and it's growing, and you've got this momentum going. If people want to reach you, they reach you on Facebook, Little Free Library at Stonehill. Is
Yes,
that correct?
correct.
Right.
And you get the message, and you get right back to folks. I hope this continues to grow into something that you never even imagined, because it is about the books in a time in which we say, oh, books are dead, you know. Look at what's thriving here. The independent bookstores, the little free libraries, because it's something tangible you can put in your hand.
Well, also, unfortunately, a lot of libraries are closing some of their branches.
And I hate that.
I know. It's a budget thing, and here in Connecticut, we definitely have a budget thing. But this never was meant to be a competition to actual
course not.
libraries. But it's 24/7. It's always there, and it's a whole different thing. It's free. You don't have to bring it back. You don't have to pay a penalty. But also, it's give a book, take a book. It's that wonderful interchange.
I hope we see
And
these in every single town.
That's our goal.
That's our goal.
In all kinds
In
of
Litchfield Hills, anyway.
Yeah, and all over the state, in all kinds of places and businesses, and it just spreads goodwill. Gals, I thank you so much for coming on. Joanne Jacks and Rose Buckins, thank you so much. And you can find them, Little Free Library at Stonehill on Facebook. Thanks.
And
you.
thank you so much for having
you.
us, and happy birthday.
Thank you.
Made a trivial pursuit, spend one this in. Who is this girl? Spend all night kissing, and if one was right here, then who else is missing? Got a little sidetracked, if I'm so wishing to find the keys to the door, but it's also a metaphor. Need to keep locked in the grocery store, but mine just to save time.